Anibana say yakuma Nipana bono kwena Bete mikunya na say yemuma I promise the money I don't so Yes I Yes am I okay Rabba then I go to me
Jama Nada yeah Nibana bono kwena Bete mikunya na say yemuma I promise the money I got That is the raw Look at Nipa and Penica. You were Nichana with some go into Muda. Aba, on your membrana, pay a swatching. Yadani, and this one as a phone, a year Punipa. You need money more, you need ferry. You penny, you won't just say, obey your one as you come when you need penny paper. Take a Madame Bosch, I put those who need now on Teda. On Teda, I mean, to be for the phone and money. Maybe the one that said that you go I also trust them not up in the Nika. Near people so they are not all your GTCA. Senior Mima Peter, here was I at the temple. Here by the 10, I saw my name, the consultation number. Yes, tobacco, no tobacco, about the Japanese, the more about the bread and Nipa. Well, we are Minipa, for any Midipa, and see that we are working when you send them a sompa. Tell it, it's not funny anymore. No, some other believers even declare holy war. Tell me what we holy about this war. And then Nipa Bojana, the PIA, what more? And Nibana say Yakuma Nibana Bono Bana Bete Mikunya na say Yemuma I promise the money I got Mabenya Saponya na Montesini Kumano, Papa to Boma, yes, and you know, yet your Patano, and there was Sabako, one is not your one of Pano. I'm going to say, Kumbamu, Podina, Canana, yet your Bobia PSU propaganda, no, Oman Penny 20, no Quetta, Yamama, and what said you took my dance to any Amoya Dantano, you better cook Bacano, Naya Bonano, Abuja de Guapayo, Abuja Dinawayo, Yoni Papa Nawan, and where your body man, I saw no quern, so many no quern. You just have no hunter and you who the woman see bread. And I didn't go to Cranny, I pay a raya shepherd. Or mine, I didn't go to see it. I could be funny bread. Yeah, bread. I could baby na yeah, yeah, bread. The man said, you didn't have that, you know, the bread. Yes, go to a man, I know for premier soul. And so Nipa that I need for nothing for kind. If you have to say, you know, you didn't go one song. Only one idea, I didn't have a power whole time. Because I'm not saying, no man. Your club on this papa, ne papa said on him when you're meant to I promise the
Inyam nado for me chicha me amusu for Mr. Araka say Sunday 26th of March 2023 we be around with him be am mawakwaba edema Real Talk. So we are live on Real Talk on Facebook, we are live on Concerned Citizens of Ghana on Facebook, we are live our YouTube Real Talk Media our YouTube and no say move it machine so my ansana when I pick the signal say we are live on Loud Silence TV. I will let you guys know when I pick the signal when we are on Loud Silence TV. Mama Moso Mahu die air course or home na more Ghana no. If you want to switch and go and watch us on TV, switch. So when I pick the signal, my mama who say we are live on Loud Silence TV. Ramadan Mubarak. When say we are in fasting mood or fasting time, enutino when they were but ye style nin change ye bibi ansesa ye de ene mo kana the way ene mo flu na na be flu so it's going to get milkier, messy and muddy very soon until no the mention in so mame you can take notice of that. We don't have much time as I said, gas and in was I wouldn't say you're fasting abruche fasting so the ayana hours and to say Ghana moye be 12 hours 13 hours you're fasting for almost like 17 hours some a bikra ebro entire gas no inti but monim say still now moye ne den ya ukuma pema beba gas ne die ewum bibri say ye tena hakura kasa 7 hours kra we are ever ready say me metima kasa me in fact enomre kra me wi me say me sa akwa bobo monim say the fasting regardless of the situation yes sorry sa bobo kakra enomre nti e be sa akwa bobo kakra very very important. Let me see. Garba Mohammed, thank you very much for doing the watch. Lion Gumashi, Jamal Adam, Ada Mohammed, thank you very much, bro. Baby, I will be. I mean, Shira Abu Arau. Thank you very much, brother, for doing the watching. I didn't see me. Oh, okay. Sharif Abdullah, thank you very much. Mohammed Nuruddin, Marlon Deda, Staten Island, thank you very much. Mina Yunis, Kuni, Californari, bro, baby, I will be. I mean, Shira Turi Bamba, Umar Harris, bro. Maybe I will be Yamisha. Thank you very much. I sent you a message. I hope you saw my message. Who is here again? Nuruddin Z Mohammed, Columbus, Ohio. Menko, I'm a big brother. Maybe I will be. Thank you very much for doing the work. Jibs Dawat, Bronx, New York, Muji. Maybe I will be Yamisha. Mahun, Sir TG, Bostop, Malan Kataki. Me Menko, Fasa, what's going to see for in Amichichiamo. I wish each and everyone in Asawatu constituency a happy Ramadan. Each and everyone from Ghana a happy Ramadan, and each and every Muslim across the globe a happy Ramadan. Tibibiya Mubia Misha wa alaikum salam Umar Faruk. Sarki Kaki Bibiya Mubia. Thank you very much Umar Faruk. Ya young boss of Malan Kataki na fatan kowa na lafiya. Who is here again? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, we are still within time. Let me look. Yenche, Babe Kasaka Karibia Farm. Anwar Sadat, bro, Bibia will be a Mishra, Babe Idi Abdullah. Thank you very much. Babe Idi. Oh, I don't know whether you were the one who sent me message in the inbox, but I'll find time to respond. Sorry. Who is here again? Amuda Yusuf. Ya kake ya kokari ya family nduka. Ya dawainiya kuma to Allah ya mun Allah karbi ibada baki daya. Amisari K upon, thank you very much for doing the watching. Kevin Taylor mahuwa habos ebi a will be ampacho say mo TV so amami hu na me ma manfo hu say we are live on TV, but I know say the ghost team will do justice to that. Ghana for anya dia beche mama yen kasamfa one or two things. You are already in the known. Awale Safiyu, thank you very much. Ghana for Jama, ina muku barka da warhaka gani ne naku bi suna Shafiq Suleiman mai lakadika social media Mr. Arakal. Za mu yi magana dangane da abin da ya faru Ghana sakaran jiya yaso shi ba za mu jima ba, but we have to, it's very important. Naga wadansu mutane na ya da wadansu kariya, especially wadansu da kowa dai ya san cinikin su kan social media da nasu ne zage-zage da cin zarafin mutane da maganganun da bai dame su ba, da maganganun gidaje da dakunan mutane da zuwa su yi kariya su kama wani su kai court for no reason. Duka lokaci ya kai mun zo da wannan magana insha Allah. Ai kun san mun gaya mu kuma muka zauna nan zamu gaya shi yanda yake ne without missing words. Insha Allah ko ta bauyan Allah da ake dragging ta court back and forth kariya kamata wannan duka lokaci ya kai. Ghana for we are naga suna yawo da wadan portion of video na kankani instead of the video na nan, you know, kamar yadda muka fadi abinda muke fadi nan ga duka muna cikin kan hankalinmu muke magana, ba mu miss ways, shi sa muka yi magana kuma ba mu sharewa, isa lokaci ya kai abinda da ku fadi kuke da shi ku fito da shi, mu ma muna nan insha Allah. Ghana fo mi chiamu Ghana fo ma chiamu haye ba be kasafa me ka de say the NDC for omumu asema omudi enrichi, very very important, say we spit fire, very very important, so we are not going to miss ways. Ghana fo mama ensha di biwa, because very very important na ye democracy chire kakra na this what transpired last 2 days.
The register has 275 eligible voters. 3 voters were absent. So 272 did exercise their franchise. The results, the voting are as follows. Honorable K.T. Hammond, 154 yes, 116 noes, rejected 1, and 1. Honorable Brian Champon, 167 yes, 98 noes, rejected 4, abstentions 3. Honorable Stephen Asamoah Boateng, 147 yes, 122 noes, 3 abstentions. Honorable Muhammad Amin Adam, 152 yes, 117 noes, rejected 1, abstention 2. Honorable Osei Bonsu Amwa, 149 yes, 120 noes, abstentions 3. Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa, 146 yes, 123 noes, 3 abstentions. Honorable members, the House has accordingly approved the nomination of the following persons as ministers and a deputy minister in accordance with Articles 78(1) and 79(1) of the Constitution.
Ghana for to say the muti, and accordingly, according to records, ye play chire we have 270. There were 275 eligible parliamentarians in Parliament. 275. Now 275 no enwechi or mobile parliament miensa ama parliament. Because 275 no NDC 137, MPP 137, independent candidate bako. But by the machinations this current MPP in connivance with EC or Maya and Supreme Court action Honorable Judge Kwesi MP for Asin North assigned NDC for Aka 136 and MPP 137 plus independent candidates so 138. So and also yeah there some motion so. But last 2 days, sorry, Friday, the time I will voting, to either approve or disapprove the ministers nominees, Idea I was so be out to now say out of the 275 MPs, there were only 272, even number. God being so good, the NDC cannot read my lips, cannot come and tell us, say, oh, now, 137, and two, no, and an independent candidate, Ebua, or Mulidi, and I'm supposed to say, oh, 136, and 137 plus independent candidate, 138, and on 2 abandon or more approved ministers, and there were 272 MPs. Out of the 272 MPs, na chimpe 136, 136. How come? 2 members of the MPP were absent. 1 member of the NDC was absent. 2 members, because MPP 138, including the independent candidate, and the NDC 136. Sorry, 130. Yeah, 136. So 2 members of the 3 members of the MPP were absent. 3 members of the MPP were absent, and they were left with 136, 136. So Anka NDC for stayed the course. Nanka abalokura epaya. Anka it will be regarded as lost by is it Article 62 or 63 of the Constitution Clause 3. Whenever there is a draw in voting, say omutu about Parliament, now we are 2-2, 10-10, 20-20, 50-50, 100-100, 75-75. It is considered as lost by the Constitution. Eti enrano Adame pesa man for etiasi no. Enrano in Parliament, enrichi in Parliament. Now the numbers were even 136, 136. It is anka NDC for stay the course. What was the cause? The cause, and they say the NDC as a party issued a statement few weeks ago say none of their MPs during the vetting should approve the ministerial nominations or the nominees. They should not approve them. Based on the simple fact say Ghana no sike no, Ghana no inyome mo yedin, Ghana no say the government has an oversized government, an elephant-sized government. Omo the burden abeto Ghana pers so ama Ghana for hu chire omo. It is based on that principle no say MPs all the time ebetena efidie so ekotena various radio station TV station ebo de wuro chire Ghana for say Ghana no sike ni and the size of the government is too large and too big, too fat. Enti abandon teso anana na kufa don teso. This is not the time. Amount for experiencing haircut. This is not the time. Amount for COVID tax. This is not the time. Amount for e-levy. This is not the time. Ayasari introduce toll booth. This is not the time. I was say abano SID more ministers ever. But this is the trick, and this is to respond to some ignorant Zongo bloggers. Position where now NDC as a party taking stand say those ministers now ya nominate woman should not be approved no. Any new position. It's not new positions. These positions has been with us since 2017. Just that a vacancy na aba. Ena yesadi amount for eba be vacancy nim. Ena ye say anka is needless. Some of the ministries can be merged. Communication information can be merged. Aviation and transportation can be merged. Agriculture and what's the name? Fisheries can be merged. Eti enu na ye ka any NDC as a party. There is no need a minister of state at the Ministry of Finance. When you a double portfolio, and when they can merge it. So no ebema ministers in Swatiaba from Kakra. And the new portfolios in the create. Nemo some of the ministers, might resign because they are chasing their presidential ambition. Abambaben, Efria Kuto, and a minister for chieftaincy, also based on some circumstances, will be so yare, and also resigning. And sana vacancy aba Nana Kufado Ede, fill those vacancies at this crucial hour. Many muka say, Kenufurata ewo China. Our patch, I say, young fire can say, we are over America, over Washington, or Baba IMF at Chow, no Munshe, no Muntimi is at 3 billion, which it will not do anything to Ghana. And Asama Yakano, and yes, a new portfolio no ma create you. To some of my brothers and sisters are, no more ever social media, so camera no. Mumma yen do away with childishness. Mumma yen do away with ignorance. Mumma yen do away with sheer hatred. Mum bremu huase. Na mun chia. Na mun hudia airco. Na moba mabe kasana. You don't go and cut short a video, maybe 2 or 3 minutes video of someone who is making a case in about a 20 minutes or 1 hour video, and come and think, say, you can be deceiving yourself on social media, thinking people see you to be wise. No, you are not. NIPA 136 for NDC, NIPA 136 for MPP. And based on the information, and based on idea and there are audios and there are names, but you are not going to hear it from me. There are audios, there are names of the betrayers. And you are not going to hear it from me. Muntim Freeman. I don't better be catching them when they say there are no less than 4 MPP MPs who voted no. There are no less than 4 MPP MPs who voted no. There are no less than 4 MPP MPs who voted no. According to Abambabe, NEPA 72 na 2 aba. Etika 4 kra ebeka NDC 136 no or more than 140, a maximum win. So KT Hammond enya 152 votes. So yen kase NDC 136, MPP 136. KT Hammond kwa NDC 4 nipa 18 and 2 aba ema KT Hammond. And whether you like it or not, one course to betray the current leadership of Honorable Atuforsen. Period. Obo ebi efili say o madani damigos o madani nyame, they feel say the be o maduru no the heights they've reached, they deserve to call the shots. that has led us to where we are today. Okay? There are some 1 or 2 MPs or maybe few MPs in parliament among 4 case, but they can even become president. Yes, by virtue of them being Ghanaians, being politicians. Even if you are not a politician, you can become a president in Ghana. The constitution does not bar you from becoming a president. So, by virtue of them being politicians, being in Ghana parliament in and out, or being in parliament to date, does not guarantee, say, the NDC party now, ye campaigning for top 20 in those people you see them in parliament, they even come close. Because some of you we are fasting. Mun take politics in say. Mun say because they parade themselves and by virtue of them occupying some key positions in parliament, they are getting to that height of they can become president. Especially Yenuanum Zongofu. You don't know what goes into someone even being approved by the party for the person to even pick forms to contest for primaries. You don't even know. You have no idea. NDC MPs, people have to get that straight. NDC MPs, sometimes, KT Hammond, 18 more votes from the NDC. This is not less than 4 MPs voting no with evidence. You let me cast 136. Let us say NDC MPs baku 18 and so about and defy the directives of the NDC as a party. Because party, you see, nobody should vote to approve those ministers. KT Hammond, 154. 18 votes more from the NDC. Brian Echampong, one of the highest. Let us say, and your man Brian Echampong koye wa ye was wogon. And amount for people were molested, people were abused. Till date, ye were unkrofua or madi them. Saying, I was wogon. We saw what transpired when the commission was constituted, the Emily Short Commission. By example, when we na yekase yenchi omunsa yenchi omaso double omunyina. Let us say NDC MPs, whether the person is used to be a leader or still a leader, or the person has been in parliament for 1,000 years. Let us say boy Sam George. Any NDC mebuno NDC mebuna and a bit daso dab omuye bed reading a bit mintina or motor so muntine nante. Let us say a year or mude. And untine they gave Brian Champo an overwhelming endorsement, 167 votes. Brian Champo had 31 votes more from the NDC. Yes, Brian Champo, the same person, and at the eve of January 2021, eve of 7th January 2021, or war. You're saying, what's the name? Military. Invade parliament. Yes. Unfortunately, no. We thought, say, this is the time for the parliamentarians, especially the MPP for NDC for now. On Betina TV, Suni Radio, Sukacha, say, the by champion, our war. Because at that time, he used to be the minister, because Yenya Sue Akufo-Addo in for his second term. So they are still in control of the security apparatus. And Omukase say the the orchestration of Brian Champon, Kandapa, and what have you. And we thought say, and say it was a subversion of our democracy. So we thought say this is the time at NDC for ever punish Brian Champon. But this is the time they endorse him. Brian Champon, 31 votes more. And a bright champion, yeah. Sorry, 21 votes more from the NDC. And a bright champion, yeah. 157. Honorable Stephen Asamoah Boateng, 147. When you're about 11 votes from the NDC. Don't forget, not less than 4 MPPs voted and took pictures. They voted no to all the MPs. The ministers, they voted against them. So, technically, Keti Harmonia 18, na yedi 4 abekang 22. Brian Champo enya 21, yedi 4 kanwa 25. Stephen Amoah Boateng enya 11, yedi 4 kanwa anka 15 from NDC. Mohammed Amin Adams enya 152 votes. 16 more votes from the NDC. 16, yedi 4 are currently, aware no ebe kanwa 20 more votes. Osebonsu Amoah, Honorable Osebonsu Amoah, enya 149. 13 more votes from the NDC. Yet is 4 votes, ebe kanwa 17. Because not all the MPs approve of this ministerial appointees because they know we are in a hard time. They have conscience. They are not like this NDC betrayers, treacherous. Sticker, Honorable Stephen Amoah, Akwana Obetina Abontinka Chiremu say, we are in government. You will pay the e-levy. You will pay, and we will push the e-levy down your throats. Sticker, when you're 146, 10 votes more, you're the 14 MPP 4 no be kanwa. That is when you're 14 votes. Akwana obejina wakacha mo say Chinese movie are now been among for a trend for the way you cut China e Ghana. Ama they say you Chinese movie 1 and 2 omo kunkunkunkunkumewud. But I don't blame them. I blame you animal California Asante for mo Kumasi. Omo catch them so mo ba see the biggest theaters again there movie village so mo kan say e wo Kumasi. Omo wie no mo kosi bi wo Achem na na kufa do kuru. Kumewud actress and actresses ni na omugu Kumasi ene ye jai wo mo ene edi wo mo yakosi no Achem. Kumasi has never seen the light of day, but they still support them. They still will continue to support them. They will still vote for them today and ever because of what? Tribalism. And so the same person took about Buchira. When him said Trump, enye ni kurum ni. When him said Joe Biden, enye ni kurum ni. When him said Obama, enye ni tribe ni. When him said Kamala Harris, enye ni tribe ni. When him wina wakotu aba washe ni pa oba obema ni benefits. Washe ni pa oba obema health insurance. Aye fufufu amano okwa yebehye ni ahyen afa ne nkwa. Ba obeduru Ghana o debi onye mi kurum ni a wenye Christiana, wenye Muslima, wenye Nordina, wenye Voltaireana, wenye Asentinia wakamisia mintu abamano. That is why we are here today. Sticker, Stephen Amoah, 146. 10 votes more from the NDC. Now let me tell you an argument they are advancing. Honorable Muntala Mohammed, MP for Tamale Central. I like how courageous he is. My when the video echo around our two, no. We are here because he didn't say you are a comrade, and we know you are one of the few honest politicians. I can tell you, but not everything that you do that I'm going to support. When it comes to empowerment, when it comes to creating jobs, when it comes to infrastructure development in your constituency, you are way better than MPs who are even 15, 18 years and 20 years in Ghana today. Honorable Muntala Mohammed, shout out to you. Honorable Muntala Mohammed, last 3 days on Alaji and Alaji, stated that oh, those who are saying it was an orchestrated betrayal by the outgone leadership, specifically he made mention, Honorable Haruna Idrisu and Honorable Muntaka is a lie. If those people were to be able to convince someone to vote yes, in order for them to approve the ministers, it would have been him. And the other argument, and they say, this is never an orchestration. MPs na do omope. Because anka the former leaders of the NDC in parliament convince parliamentarians in a car say omuntu abaning approve ministers na. Anka the numbers or the figures will not fluctuate. The figures would be maybe say nipa 7 omo convince wo mo a KTR mo be ya 154. Everybody say Brian Champo 154, Stephen Amo Abuachi 154, Mohammed Amin Adams 154, Honorable Osebunso Amua 154, Stephen Amo Asteka 154. So it will follow the same pattern. Masa yenyimi you, and then kwala kura more primary kura. So omu ba bebo apoa ewo klasa. When him say aha, so chiro the boy is going ya. Ono so betro say I saw him going. The same thing. The boy is going. I saw him going. The same thing at the end of the day. You going corona no mu ineka. So member country say, oh, the issue is some people are still peeved, they are aggrieved, so they were able to convince others. And apart from say omuti be convincing womono, omuna ya convincing womono. Personally, so omuso they have some reservation with the various nominees. And let's say I have been convinced or compromised. Say I should vote to approve the ministers. But don't forget, say ABR in parliament, Nuketi Amon is my godfather. ABR steka meneno in the academia world meneno ya boy bra. So steka so menene click pa so steka so ya madamfo. So me such a person, KTM on this sticker, I will vote yes for them. The Omakano, I mean, sorry, Ebia KTM on, Wyoming Yoma Bebre or Parliament and we may. And I sticker so make a 11 now, yes, I know, because I feel the plight of Ghanaians. I am ya. It's 11 now sticker ever kick an adjunct Ghana phone. A mat sticker adjunct mitrim. That will compel me to vote no against KT Amon and Steka, but they are coming to vote yes, Amawomo. But ABA, you have no problem with KT Amon, you have no problem with Steka, but you have problem with Brian Champion because of what he did at Ayawasu Wogom. You vote yes for all of them, but you vote no for Brian Champion. So there is no way, say, oh, they all should have the same number of votes. There be. Even though you used to be my leader or I used to be in good terms with you, and you are able to convince me. But personally, me reservation with some of them. Even though I catch me, I'm a feru and men can't say Debbie, okay, Matema Butamo Muina. But me Kodurua, me Kadia Stekaya me, and I'm a Kadia Stephen Amu Abuataya. I will vote no for him. Not the Akanama vote yes. So there is no way we will not have a uniform pattern of voting. No. So, argument in the Honorable Murtala Mohammed Ekano, it doesn't hold. Again, I understand where he's coming from, say, because I did and I won't hear. You don't have to say what and I won't. I know but Oba Hausa in our local parlance, you don't expect us to take it in good faith, say, oh, people were no compromise. There be, and you're not correct. You don't expect us to say, oh, because Murtala Mohammed, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, because that's the name he kept mentioning. Honorable Haruna Idrisu, no Honorable Muntaka approach you, they didn't approach others. Never. In fact, Muyina Obia on a personal cell phone. Muyina Obia wo nipa woni ne very close. We know sign language. In fact, You see, don't underestimate the capabilities of Honorable Muntaka and Honorable Aruna Idrisu. Don't. They've been serving in that capacity, the leadership capacity, for years. They will even know the kind of sign language they can even do even before cameras in parliament. And none of us will know what they are trying to say or what they are communicating to one another. And to Muma MPs have critical attention. I will talk much about it. Muma MPs video. Honorable Joyce Bawa, former the A2 John Dramani Mahama, former president and former deputy minister. Wachire na adwenchire. Kan se bebre. Enu ntire me nemu wa ha. Mama yenti no. A 5 minutes video. Because I want you to get the understanding of what she's trying to communicate. We are they are called John Dramani Mahama Sure.
We must call out all those who betrayed the cause of this great party. And you see, Honorable Mutara, let's stop shielding people who do wrong. Let's stop accommodating treachery or betrayal. Let's end this business of refusing to name and shame. There's a good reason why sometimes we put our lists of offenders so that everybody knows that these are the people who have done A or B. You know, sometimes there comes a time when a political party must take a certain course of action. We must also adopt a certain revolutionary humility in the manner in which we do things. And I'm sure when you remember when Prime Minister Churchill suffered a revolt, what did he do? He listed all those who revolted against his government in times of war, because at the time they were on the cusp of losing a great battle. We must, as a group and as a people, remember that Ghanaians did not elect us to go and sit in parliament and do what pleases us as individuals or what works in our personal interests. Why not? So when we were in office, all of the people in parliament, most of them were in parliament, both from the side of the MPP and the NDC. Did they not have friends? Did they not have classmates? Did they not all have colleagues in the house? Please. I am sure there were even occasions when there were all sorts of gifts that passed and changed hands. But you know what the majority did. On a matter as basic as Professor Nanaji and Opokwajima going to ask for a support agreement from the World Bank to provide free sanitary towels to girls. We were all here. And sometimes I wish that you play some of these conversations back on the same floor of Parliament. What was the reception that we got? Look, whatever we do, we must find our Judases. Oh yes. It's like you live in a compound house and there's somebody who is always carrying stories of the house and going out. You look for him or her. When you do that, you settle the score. Look, we are expecting young people, we are encouraging young people, we are encouraging the generality of the populace that we are working in their interest. 275 members of parliament, and when President Mahama called for a cancellation of ex gratia, people were screaming all over the place. These are some of the reasons, Senna, why members of the general public probably believe that these sorts of incentives are actually undeserving. If you put your hands under the table and receive all sorts of allowances and stipends and gifts from all sorts of places, why should Ghanaians and the taxpayer actually be burdened with taking care of you in whatever state in which you find yourself? You know, when people work hard for the common interest, why? People are happy to see that you are comfortable. Have you forgotten the debates that led to you guys receiving the four-wheel drive? Was it not because there had been some accidents in the run-up to that debate? People were happy that you should be given better vehicles, that you were even supposed to get life insurance. You know, we have all arrived here as a matter of history and events in our country that have led us here. There is also a very good reason why we sometimes open these things to public debate. There must also have been a good reason why the party did not expect any defiance on this occasion. Imagine that even the 136 of our NDC MPs had stayed the course. That is within itself a protest enough. And we would have spoken loudly and clearly and sent a clear message. So please, we must stop trying to provide the reasons why, and all these, they defy logic. I know people even in the NPP who were even waiting to vote against some of these, and I'm sure some of them did. You understand? There are some issues that I think are not about partisanship and have nothing to do with partisanship. It is even sadder when you wake up and you see all the comments from everybody. So the question is, so who are those who went out there and voted for them? 167 for the Honorable Brian Champong, 150 plus for the Honorable K.T. Hammond, and it goes on and on. Even Mr. Sticker. Including Mr. Sticker. You understand? So please, let's just stop this attempt to, try and calm nerves and pretending as if everything is okay. It's not okay.
So, to say the muti, Honorable Joyce Bawa, last 2 days on a larger and larger, credit to Pan-African TV, and what in your video. So, the first statement in it say, we have to call for the head of those betrayers. And inshallah, we shall call them because their names are out. The audio is out. Yeah, we shall call them. Because I know munti na yatia. And I know munti. And I bema kurunegu. And I know munti. And I will underground. No, mako yo machinations for their own selfish parochial interests. Na omode burden up to Ghana for so. Towards in the program, Odrubebi no ka say, all those traitors don't deserve to be in parliament. Emma Honorable Muntala Mohammed ka say they don't, because of the singular act say they defy the party's directives. I was also say all the 136 MPs now more parliament, 37 MPs of NDC they are on the ticket of the NDC. All the 137 MPs now more parliament and your NDC as a party and the chair nomination forms. NDC as a party and the chair nomination forms for the general elections. So you have to get that straight. They pick their own nomination form in primaries, but once you emerge as the winner and become the potential parliamentary candidate of that particular party, general election, and your party in a chair nomination form. So you are not there for yourself. You are there representing a party. And they are the NDC for as a party. General Mosquito, the Honorable Fifi Afikoti, and the elders of NDC. Eka say, all the MPs now, Omudisa Muasemno, and Untino, suspend as NDC members. And there will be a total overhaul in parliament because they have not less than 1 month to vacate their seat from parliament. And within that 1 month, it was the electoral commission organizing by-election on all those various constituencies. The very day a party would dismiss an MP, that day the person ceases to be a member of parliament because the person is in parliament on the ticket of that particular party. And to Muna, especially Minyanum Zongo Minyanum Nordiness, I have to say some of our brothers in politics no mu to say nyame ase be bi o maduru no mu fili say o maduru so amasa mu ntomo bo ase o mu duru ba bia majority of them empenifo ho me kaso mu duru ba bia. I'm not negating the fact say we are not recognizing their contribution there be, but you people are taking them to a height they've not yet gotten there. Because especially yen yanum zongo for yen yanum nordiness no yen te politics afe Haruna Idrisu, Honorable Muntaka, what's the name? Honorable Collins Dauda. No, even though Mache, they also have their godfathers in NDC today. Yes, they have their godfathers today in the Council of Elders of NDC. It's in Peninfo. Joyce Bauer, Esquire, somebody okay. That attempt of, anya baby into Mumano Kono, anya baby Mumano Kono, and Nebia Bedruha. BBSCR, instead of us to punish them, we are part of the reason why people don't take responsibilities of their actions and inactions. Yaya Kahun, Obidi Bonene, Bechina Swa, Naya Kofam Peninfo, Malams, Nayin for no Mabe Pacho, yes, wonko, or China, no, Bisako, this am Mwasem Nibi. Yawaha, Kenoforata between 1998 to 2000, Kenoforata a Dupu Senate, 5 million Ghana CD, current money, 36 and 50 billion pensioners' money. Commissioner, you say, young prosecutor Kenoforata. No, Sabaya Obabe, Bebabe prosecute, Ayun for 4 malams, and Omuko Pacho, and Nipana, or Ghana Chrono, and never say punishing. Amount for ebe pacho mano and ne wasaba she krono mubo Ghana. Once a thief, always a thief. Once a traitor, always a traitor. Once a betrayer, always a betrayer. Once a treacherer, always a treacherer. Once an arrogant folk or individual, always an arrogant folk. You might try to suppress your arrogance at some point, but whatever you do, you will end up exposing your real self. She gave an example. Winston Churchill of Britain, the former Prime Minister of Britain, at the time of Moko War, some of the ministers, some of Nkro for a betrayal. What did he do? He lists their names. Say, at the time of your Kontokwa, you betray us. 2003. George Bush wanted to invade Iraq. Democrats didn't want him to go. Do you know what he did? He stood on the pulpit. I don't catch America for say. We have a war at hand. We have war with the enemy. But the enemy outside is not dangerous like the enemy within. So I want to tell Americans, it's either you are with us or you are with the enemy. That day, no, and the Democrats, a sign, a approval ma George Bush, a invaded Iraq 2003. So it's either you are with us or you are with the enemy. You can never be in between. Uba in between ya. Uye munafuki. Uye traitor. And the George Bauer Kayano. This is the time we have to call them out by their name for who they are. I keep telling people, Oko Parliament wa enyanya misumu. Parliament enyanya misumu no muye. Aye politics no muye. So another argument, Honorable Murtala Mohammed of MP4 Tamale Central, SIA enrich ni say, some of them are their friends and George Bauer during her time, during her submission, Wakra say, when they used to be in power, I mean they used to be at the helm of affairs, 90% of these MPs were in parliament from NDC and MPP. Were they not friends? She's even sure, say, at that time, they exchanged pleasantries, gifts from the NDC to the MPP because NDC was in power. But what didn't the MPP do against the NDC? To the extent, say, Honorable Professor Jena Najiman, as Education Minister, Eko Abutre, Eko sanitary pads, and the Abechama girls, was secondary school, and Yoma Ben Oman can fan home. To the extent, say, and Yoma Ben Oman yet to get NDC out of power. They didn't consider, say, oh, Yanimona what parliament, we are all brothers. They didn't consider, say, even though NDC was in power, we were in opposition, Still, NDC formed some MPs contracts. They said, yeah, and there we know, say, most of the NDC MPs are getting contracts from the MPP. This is not about friendship. This is about putting the plight of the masses, putting the suffering of the masses at heart. This is the time. It's not about where madam fo or menini if a region bako where me tribal man or tribal woman in Tino me approve. This is an orchestrated betrayal to dent the leadership of Honorable Atufosin. John Dramani Mahama made a post. John Mahama say that was Saturday, last Saturday. John Mahama say a couple of weeks ago, our NDC group in Parliament announced a principled position not to approve any new ministers until the president has taken steps to significantly reduce the size of his government. The position was supported by a broad section of Ghanaians, not NDCU, but a broad section of Ghanaians and public advocacy groups. Unfortunately, Ghanaians were sorely disappointed yesterday when several members of the minority, for some parochial and personal interest, voted against the principled position adopted by the party. I am so disappointed. Those responsible for this betrayal must do some serious soul searching and then to place national interest over personal interest. Equally disappointing is the president's refusal to seize the opportunity to realign and downsize his bloated government when the MPP flag bearer hopefuls and the chieftaincy minister resigned. Clearly, in this time of crisis and excruciating hardships, President Akufo-Addo President Akufo-Addo, his MPP administration, and some of our MPs are out of tune with the mood of the Ghanaian people. I still believe, as I said in Ho recently, that in this time of crisis, government can still run efficiently with not more than 60 ministers. For our grassroots members and all Ghanaians who are disappointed by this insensitivity, I urge you not to despair. We have already given up. 2024 offers us an opportunity to work hard to defeat this reckless government that seeks to destroy our democracy and the very livelihoods of Ghanaians. An opportunity for us to work and build the Ghana we all want from January 7th, 2025. Mr. President, you have spoken well, but these acts can never be forgotten, and we cannot forgive them. The more interest, unfortunately, Ghanaians were sorely disappointed yesterday when several members of the minority, for some parochial and personal interest, voted against the principled position adopted by the party. I want to be interested. Yes, indeed. It was for their parochial interests. People are aggrieved. People are pained. People think, they have entrenched themselves in certain key positions. Apart from them, no obia and new council occupies that position, And it's either them or nobody else. It's either they win or we all fall. And when you know about constituencies, or when you have the paper be among constituents. His Excellency, former President, we cannot forgive them, and this time around, Yenim said the grassroots would listen to us. Punish them. Punish them. And I keep telling you this. I am on record for more than 1 million times. I have all my videos around on social media where I keep saying, and I'm going to reiterate, every single MP who has been in parliament for more than 2 terms, kick him out. You might not understand. Every single MP who has been in parliament for more than 2 terms, kick him out. Kick him or her out. Oba Abruchira and a cast experience a building nation. Oba Africa experience does not. And I'm not going to travel far. In Ghana, Yanko Naduli Kaliu, Abambabin, 28 years. Edian Oyama Naduli Kaliu. Yanko Swami, Chairman Sabunsu, 28 years in Edian Oyama Swami. Yanko Adansi Asqua, KT Hammond, 24 years in Edian Oyama Omo. Yanko Asin Central, Canada, Japan, 24 years in Edian Oyama Omo. Yanko Esutifi South, Collins Dauda, Edian Oyama Omo. Yanko Wa West, Wa Central, Honorable Rashid Pelpu, go there, Edian Oyama Omo. And I can go on and on and on and on. But look at the constituencies, sir. Youth, you know, Ebi, I imagine what fear, Kuroni do makumim, or makumim. Look at what they do. Sam Naughty George. E.T. Mensah entrenched himself as the overlord of NDC party. Sam George etuno. And the Shenyoma Sam George eyewo ningo pram pram. She investors are single-handedly. Sam George etimiko abrucheko for omoba na omo invest. And then most of the big companies are and then ochina in the next 5-10 years ebe taking in charge of Ghana's revenue and I say Ghana's development. Ni now was Sam George constituency ningo pram pram. She NDC lawyer we the first term ni lawyer Susu 2 years ni. She enyoma lawyer Susu eye. She emebunu a lawyer Susu absorb omo a ena me no mu kase what's the name Napco yeguye lawyer Susu, I think lawyer Susu, Senator Rollins, Sam George, any Samuel Okujo Black. I think this 4, if I'm not mistaken, because my maya call or more office and no could command me. These people will absorb most of the Napco personnel now. Yen Chio Mokano, and do more 2 or more common fans who mutual moka. Look at what they are doing. But let's go back and look at the other MPs now. Oma entrench or more, and they are at the forefront of this massive betrayal. Let's go to their constituencies and see. Edian no moyema constituency no. Omo nya hwe omada ne nyame. Unka omo asem. You dare not speak. Tell them the truth. You become enemies. Some of them, their brothers, will be going into people's inboxes and be sending them threats. Say nyankopo be ye wo say esasama oka ye no say nya no kro say enya no kra nyankopo be ye wo say wan mu ne twa ntro chen mu ne mu bra mu wan mu ne twa ntro chen mu. We'll get there. John Dramani Mahama eti youth no constituency no say MP no anamo MPs no say munim say omo nya hwe mamo. You know, now because of the upcoming elections na eba no, and we are 10 million, uko polia 5 million, uka se oyeria wa na ya delegates abesra na ya bro emoni nyoma genyoma ni di vote against the person. I keep telling you, me are more patriotic than 99% of your MPs. Mo MPs na mo sori a na mo de mo ma begu abuchiri na mo de mo yerenom abegu abuchiri na mo yerenom awo na mo ma dan foreigners. Mo MP me are more patriotic than your MP. These are all bunch of traitors. There is an authentic hadith, a prophet Ekatra say, so it is part of your belief, and I say imani. MP Soria, also a cremoni, also MP a Christian, or Soria, no what the neba, Nere, Ababu, Chena, Nere, but when anybody than foreign national, what the Umai. Or imani. Because to love your country is part of your godliness. MP sorry and yere ebe wo abruchere ni madane foreign nationals na waba back to enfumu ho, excuse my language, na mu se kumu ho ama omo. His Excellency the former president has spoken. Nobody should take this lightly. Punish them. They are criminals. Majority of them, they are traitors. Now let me take a minute or two to address this issue and see whether I can take course. Last 2 days, immediately after the approval of the MPs, I think I was on my way to work. So I did a short video, about 20 minutes video, 19 minutes, 48 seconds or thereabout. And in the video, exactly what I just elaborated was what I said. You see, I have politics in the area. And yet tribalism. Politics in the area. And yet religion. Politics in the area. And yet where you zonguni, and now where you are Kenny, and now where you Voltairean, I where you Northern, and you know you. Maybe two way. My facting, right? Se nipa asume siwe. Our person was Ghana president and our MP was sumbo suma. Na minim se nipa no we ya ade and we nipa we patriotic we nipa we be ye ade asum oman Ghana yie ama oman Ghana ho aton ama Ghana fu ina ho aton meto abama obi a wo sumbo sum mentu mami yonku kremoni na minim se we a traitor we betrayer we self-centered person we selfish mentu abama no because I know say obi a wonye kremoni kura no if the person obi amana obi when the person is right let people know say the person is right men can say because say when you kremoni ana when you krumni ana when you tribe ni no you will go against the person then you are not a good practicing Muslim it mean me to way say ene obi a wosun busum ebe president of Ghana no obi enim say nipa we nipa papa we you good we ya dear we nipa he has the country at heart we full-time devoted patriotic citizen me campaign out to Obama say minim say me yanko kremoni no we selfish we nipa wonpe oman kanko wonpe oman puntu we nipa wono nko anu hu no wonim me nto Obama no me campaign ma no. So people have to get that straight. So yeni anu bebre especially Northerners. Man we so much church ena honorable Muntaka na Haruna Idrisu have been vindicated. Vindicated where? Mun nim politics, mun ya abotre, mun bra mun wase. Mun sunya na we enye obi aware yesem, enye obi fie nsem, enye ena we ene we akoda, enye we ene we akwaji we obi yere, enye no na yere wa hawo. Politics is the game of the wise, the game of the wisdom, the game of the knowledgeable. Last week, Yawahano Muba Bonting, Joy News Report video, almost say about 80% of currently, 80% of Islamic marriages are null and void by Ghana law. I know you've been with us here. How many times enemy video and you see all these new compums? Almost say Adanya, Makoka say, Haruna Idrisu no Honorable Muntaka as leaders in parliament, you know. They have done nothing, virtually nothing to help Islam. Because now I was trying to let people know, say, when you go to parliament, and yet Islam no more practice, and yet Christianity no more practice or inside war. It is a muko fasa bar. You people are making the argument weak. You are making our work easy. The Mohammedan law has been in parliament, has been at the four corners of the Supreme Court for God knows how long. Till date, ye pass ye salon ye pass here. Awari ye duduo ye bejia to more Ghana. Yes, by customs, you can marry more than one in Ghana as a Muslim or traditional believer or even Christian. You can marry, but under the laws of Ghana, it only recognizes one marriage. And untina, omuye the Muhammadan law, and one leg of the Muhammadan law, they say it is going to be officially accepted in Ghana. In the court of Ghana, say nipa ba kubetima ware 4. You can marry 4 in Ghana. You can marry as a Muslim, but when you go to the laws of Ghana legally, it is not accepted. And untina obi e ware obi timi ware anyhow no wajai ne yere na obano akono wo bre because there is nothing binding them. Etu ono ase wo ware na wone na awo ba ku mienu no wajano anyhow no wasako ware foforo no wajano, but anka the person, you know, it has been accepted betimi abankura betimi abua through the Islamic way. Uja wo yere anyhow ye betimi even though wajano no be ma wa compensate no so wo fie 5 ye betimi aka so ke wone ne ma omunji 2 ana omunji 1 fa 2 na ana 3 no koye ba we de wo ware anu wajano ye skani ye nje ehwe ye twenya wo wu a afa ne ye ba be che ne japade nti oba no ya ja oba ne nkola be mienu miensa burden after the name life are miserable. Till date the Muhammadan law wo hono kremoni etimi ware kremoni ware Christian at the same time. Christian one can say Jesus ye nyame, Christian wo can say Jesus a messenger of God. Kremoni yama ye hu kwa say betima ware wo mu. So in a situation where a Muslim is married to one Muslim and one Christian, how are they going to share the property? And untina time na omu veti his lordship Justice Amadu Tonku omu bisa the question no and o ka say of trade they obey, and some Muslims like when you kremoni debi emre niwo enti wono no what the Ghana mrana eye juman to the Ghana mrana kasa ye that time no. We had Honorable Aruna Idrisu, NDC MP, leader in the house. We had Honorable Muntaka Mohammed, NDC MP, leader in the house. We have KT Hamod, is a Muslim, leader in the house. We have Honorable Rashid Pelpu. They are all Muslims. They are all leaders in the house. They even vetted Supreme Court Justice Amadu Tonku, and this issue even came out, or it came up. Sorry, I beg your pardon. The issue came up. Till date, they couldn't resolve the issue. And next, yaba bontin kachre ye say, in kremufo amawari duduo ina no, eni omo amawari bakukra no. Majority of us, yawari yani ye null and void. What an insult! Eti sa betrayer we are SC enrich in parliament no. Honorable Muntaka na Aruna Idrisu vindication be na my vindicate to omo. Where they okay mu ko ntokama mu because they are Muslim, not because they are there to serve the interests of Ghana. That is not your interest because they are Muslims, so we should leave them there. Mumbe treye sa law way and they say ya wari ya dudu no any ya wari no e null and void no. E dia no mo ye fa. They are Muslims in parliament. They used to be leaders. And now when you're leaders on baby. Still they have influence. If they want to do it, they can help us do it. So the Muhammadan law is still hanging there. When the issue basa say na ye kan wasama, munfa religion to nchen, munfa tribalism to nchen, mumayen face the fact as we are doing politics. So when a Christian crowd the way let's support him. When a Kremoni the way let's support him. When a traditional believer the way let's support him, because at the end of the day, Ghana is not governed by the Quran or the Bible Ghana is governed by the Constitution, which put into consideration the Quran, the Bible, the traditional belief system, and everything together. Yawaha, and na yesi ye man kola enko school enye sallah ewo ye man kola enye sallah ye man kola ye fasting ye man kola enkai Quran ye ma ema enguve. Recently mama call campaign to the central and say obi this asem ne ba biu because of what is happening to ono ne baba ewo central region wo school be SSB. The issue is still there. Haruna Idris, Honorable Muntaka, KT Amon, Rashid Pelpu, all these guys are Muslims, they are still in parliament. Till date, Oko schools bebre Wagana, Unkolano, Nkrimofon Kola, their rights are being infringed upon. And then Krimonia Kola, Okope Juma, I was so Univille too, and yes, I am Fano. And then Ghana, Oko passport picture, Oba Aware for Krimoni, I was so Univille, and yes, I am trying picture. Oba America ha. America. They don't even care about Islam. Because they don't care. Meaning said there are Muslims here. There are mosques in America more than even in Ghana. Meaning but in general, based on what has been happening in various Muslim countries, you know. Over America, we a crimonia, we the better passport picture, we do veil. Over America, we a crimonia, we a athlete, we do veil. Ebe juma uye kremoni na uye doctor uye nurse uye police foni nani na ma omogo movie no modina na ha uko pay juma you feel proud and bold because you know you have insurance covered, meaning the constitution say uko no ko pay juma. It's not about your veil, it's not about your appearance, it's about what is here. Yenu yani omo ye kremofo omo boya ma ya solve that problem we. Oma boye ama ya solve that problem no. Some hana sa some we see
on what? This is a plane which brought Ajua Sapo.
Okay, you have to hold it steady for me.
Give it to your.
Okay, you have to share with me so that okay, you hold it, and so that this camera can pick it.
We'll give it a time. So certainly they just ran away from
So Percy, you would have to capture this for me. So this is the honorable minority leader saying that. Oh, sorry. You have to.
My phone is a complicated one.
Sorry, forgive me. It's a big man's phone, so it's a big man's phone usually. That. So okay, you may have to hold it then so that Ima can capture it for us. Hold it steady and show it to the camera.
You stay out of trouble.
No, I'm not staying out of trouble because Percy is not ready. That's why I'm asking for Ima to hold it for you. Percy, you are ready. Okay, so let me have it then.
She came in this private jet around 11 p.m. that day. So she couldn't have been part of that parliament.
Okay, do we have it now? Okay, so this is it. This is what the Honorable Haruna Idrisu says. And unfortunately, for those of you on 3FM 92.7, you can't get
on this private jet.
So you say she arrived at 11 p.m.
Yes, around that time.
Okay.
But certainly not before Parliament adjourned.
Right.
So she couldn't have participated in the proceedings of Parliament.
So it's HB Joe, that's the plane.
Yes.
This is what the minority leader says.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're 137. So within the meaning of Article 104, it was a defeat. So you don't come with the posture that I have the numbers. What numbers? It is not numbers sitting outside. It's numbers present and voting.
I've heard some members.
Haruna Idrisu wenye kremoni. Haruna Idrisu wenye kremoni. And you want to the evidence about say Ajua Sapo she wasn't the one where a impersonation case in Akusi saying was he not the leader of the house then on NDC side? Case in Akusi saying so vindication ben 11 no yampase. Wasn't not under their leadership? Yampase 11 no. 11 yampase. Ye near this second term yampase Osulewusu. Osulewusu is a munu be na one country Ghana for. Yampase no. Honorable Haruna Idrisu ni Muntaka Honorable Muntaka Mokasa they have been vindicated no. Was it not under their leadership? Overwhelmingly they passed Osulewusu. They passed Hawakumsi. They passed Kenoforiata on consensus basis, even after all the charade, any press conferences didn't they pass McMahon, health minister, and the vindication bay. Vindication bay, sometimes maybe I am finding it difficult to understand you guys because munim mo pray dodo yen nuanum zongo fo bebre mo pray vindication ben yam pass e-levy Adwasafo double Adwasafo Haruna Idrisu, he was the leader of the NDC in parliament. Oba was okra evidence asam na koti saying Samon Foka say they scratch my back and I scratch yours. Haruna Idrisu is a lawyer. What the evidence about impersonation is a subversion of Ghana's integrity in parliament. It's a criminal offense. It's a felony. Case in Akoti saying. And so vindication. But what is the where is this the word vindication? Vindication for what? Under their watch as leaders of NDC, you pass e-levy. Ye passé Oslowusu, ye passé Awakunsi, ye passé Ken Oforiata, the last minister to be passed out, Bianum Ten Patino, Dianom Becatre, on consensus basis, and I'm passing Ken Oforiata. Was Abu Idrisuna Muntakano the leaders? Masa, Mumayem, lastly, so I can pick calls. I made a post last 2 days. Post I may make it and say NDC MP BR were a Cremonio, were a Christiano, were NDC MP. Wabeche ne constituency omo ye nkremofuo omo ye fasting emo no efri nadmu asuyoye nadmu a government entity. Nadmu is controlled by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP. NDC MPB wabeche mu bia na items bia efri nadmu. The person is a traitor, a treacherer, a betrayer. Kick him out. You don't need him. And yeah, what went into you getting that items to go and give it to your constituents? Because we are NDC ni, or we are MPP for. Must say they are mismanaging the state resources. Must say they are, in fact, they are not worthy of even occupying the seat and the position they are today. It is a nipa muso mu ya kronfo. They are mismanaging state resources. So mu the Ghana sika koto emu e wo se omo ene e wo se because omo na weti sika no na wo ko as an NDC MP no ko jibi no be chairman Nkrofa. That is unu omo you are in bed. You are a mole. You don't have to come back to parliament. Mun kicking out. And I reiterate, all NDC MPs omabeche and Kremofo mo constituency emo ana anwa ana esichire ana milk so mo fanya fasting sanyoma no videos na mabonten sanyoma no pictures ba bonten etc. those kind of brand names and brands every nadma so the person is a criminal and a traitor. Kick him out. Omudi sika bremu primary sir munji sikalo mundi mun vote out because wo mo ka ho na mo bra wo Ghana. Yes, they are betrayers. Someone say be kasaka kra mo be hu bibia Ghana fo me ntwe mo bibri e me say makasa chekakra fasting to be mo be sia as I said nobody has been vindicated. The kind of machination, the kind of betrayers I call so at least John Dramani Mahama summarize bibia maye. Among phobi and the person who serve their parochial interest, no selfish interests. Whether we like it or yes, these people now more parliament, it scratch my back and I scratch your back. Until them catch them will say MPB when you more than 2 times be I kick him out because mo kick him out to do one out now. Oma kanu bejine yi and san omu formation a bit disorganize you omo. There is a reason. Let's watch this video. Mirefi. Let's watch this video.
So if anybody is asking for the minutes of NEC or the minutes of FEC that approved that decision, let them produce the minutes of NEC or FEC that approved their own appointment. So we can then produce the minutes of the NEC or FEC that endorse their removal. So the decisions have been taken. So if anybody is asking for the minutes of NEC or the minutes of FEC that approved that decision, let them produce the minutes of NEC or FEC that approved their own appointment. So we can then produce the minutes of the NEC or FEC that endorse their removal. So the decisions have been taken, and we believe that this.
So, especially NDC grassroots, nobody has been vindicated. The strategy and I said the process now, yedi leaders, mobile lead NDC or MPP, no, it has been the same. It has been by convention. Yembo bia manie, enti say ye among for bi enra. Na enne asema ba na ye ka mumma yenjina wona yenka na mamu nkobre omukuru biom mamu nkofa asem ne ma because mu kofa asem ne ba record so no wa ha ye beba be bo akere mo enti obi biara wo say wono no ye yi no eye ne ya because yanka nkere no enya no kure because ena general chairman ne ka ye no so mo si yanka nkere mo na yi o mu ntia ye o mu ya na enne o mu bi menim o mu bi ebe betray the cause of the party. They should go back and bring the minister NDC MPs for tonight say ye amount for we ene wo ehihye ho minister na ye tro no munko fa ye no so mra na wono so bebre wo minister wo de tonight de yi wo mu free wo. Nobody has been vindicated. Eye ignorance, eye arrogance, eye betrayal ene ewo amount for bi adwunu. They feel entitled, they feel entrenched position no mo no mo obi an call matem eye party na ebu enye wo family enye wo men kan say enye wo nuclear family eye party Ghana for ebi NDC for ebi CPP for ebi kura supportation by virtue of your campaign message by virtue so munim say JM wo ye ejuma wura obetima be ye ejuma no eno omoto abama mo and there are so many floating voters. This singular treachery act way ebema o ma ka say hey abanokra mean to bium anampo say abanokra me kwakwa tia say no because of your selfishness. Nobody has been vindicated. Vindicated for what? Enyama be na anko parliament am passing. Enyama be na anko parliament am passing. Vindicated for what? From 2017 till date, and from 2007 till last year December. Yambe chireme adia ba kwa parliament am passing. You see, we have to understand say eye omai ne yebu eye party na ye de ye rane enye obi private entity. Enye obi private entity. Enutina e wase obi have a say. It is a no occupy ya enwa obi na wo ho ne ye nuku ene de obaye ente wo so ene ye ku ne you free wa. You have to accept that in good faith. The end of the motivate a mantua motivated over the first time can say muno mumbrem what and munja de mukano the muntin yoma biase Ghana 4. We are live on Real Talk on Facebook. We are live on Concerned Citizens of Ghana on Facebook. We are live on YouTube, Real Talk Media. We are live on Loud Silence TV. Metra me unka krebe me ba all person of bit my friend watch wadrin. Now we call it a day. Mo amoni. Ghana for obi officer of bit mafre, the phone lines are open now, so watch the waging efa the air course no. I mean, you heard Joyce Bawa Muktari Esquire, you heard John Ramani Mahama, also Onusi Nyoma Waka, and you heard what I said also. Any Nyoma yes ya church a very very important inti nedi onum no. I'll be away. All those traitors, they must be called upon or they must be called out and punished. Because Ghana no all the time no obi bibia oh these two shall pass, these two shall pass, they be na the same thing occur over and over, these two shall pass, these two shall pass no bet you 4 years, not 4 years, you have wasted 4 years of your life. These two shall pass, these two shall pass, 8 years you are wasting from your life. These two shall pass, these two shall pass, obeti when none pakro see mansions. Now the year no more babuchi, then the than foreign nationals, or more than America, for Britain, for Canadians, and Russians. Now what Ghana, no poverty him, or no baby crony, or no jaw, and what a shabuchi, and then the main live abuchi. Do you think this person is qualified to be your leader in Ghana? Okay, so Chrono Mutu to Quino. Sana nkrofo kromo for no ministers ne MPs ya anka kroni ombe build krona ma waba ababi. So these people, this is the time for you to show them the way, show them the gates. Mumma motiko mumma youth no so chance mumma monko me say dibi mami dibi mumma youth no so nko no musunko dibi because obi no wo politics mu obeka say enyam faso nti no wo ho. This kind of politics obi akọ especially Ghana. This kind of politics on your Ghana no. Emphasizing will be echo. How many times now Bruchobo wants to be a medical doctor? Yes, so I contest as a congressman. How many times I want to sign your man? And the medical doctors, they are abandoning their hospitals to go and contest for MP. Because they know that is the most lucrative job by Ghana, and you go there virtually to make money, not to go and save. The phone lines are Mahusu be beside phone number no. Phone number no for more +1347 4729602. Okay, so for a bit my friend also watch the wage. So punish them. NDC MPs, punish them. Sanka mobeti mama ye na ya no bako. MPB awanya more than 3 terms BI NDC and MPP. In the next parliament, ninth parliament, at least 2020 should go home. No youth so 2020 mra no muso mbenya mfaso no krono sikano yencheni evenly, because that is what they go there to do. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. That is what they do. Anka ebe eyememe pa before by the in the next parliament ninth parliament NDC MPs are omobru 3 terms 2 terms biano mun keke be 23 o MPP mun keke 23 o me se o ma ba no ene o ma mu o mo kaye no o mbe gina yie, and they always take us for a ride. Among for fufu abeben o ma yokokoti obi nka o ma sem o ma dane nyame o ma dane lesser gods and o manya ignorant folks to be so and also they have no knowledge about politics. They know nothing about politics. No more about social media, no more kikan se munu, no more and I want vindicate. What kind of vindication? Multi vindication afiana. Adiana amoye no. Betray away amoye no. Do you think say affect you? Affect me no me no I work grassroots, what for more. Or no MP no, it doesn't affect him. So vindication be. And komo ye. I don't move vote 2 years. And abano who said they voted against their MPs. And abano who said they and also tisuna say no or more reducing burden on the public purse. And you see they have been vindicated. Because at the end of the day, it is a win for them and a win for Ghanaians. But now it is a loss for them and a loss for Ghanaians, because say uwa junior will say opposition ya jiwunti aya jefi unse munti na obeye de waye ya position ya sanfa ma obiu ansa na wo constituency na wo say ko sebo mo interest na Ghanaians no so usade belly asabe to mo so it's a lose situation. So vindication ben, we don't watch with political lens. We are watching with this kind of primitive lenses. Oh, they have been vindicated. What kind of vindication? Vindication, babe. under their watch as leaders of the house on NDC side. Adiaba and the young pastor of parliament. Muswa mu play religious cards, you know. The Muhammadan law and they say ya warrior 80% ye fake, a null and void. It's a vindication bay. Till date, Nkola ye more munyes as masa enya sorry Ghana. Till date, yama abai wakura ekwa edwuma na wagu vela yesi wonyi enye sa yemfa no. Yesi yama Nkola nkan Quran school. Till date, so vindication bay. I keep giving you this challenge. Mona mu play religious cards with the removal of Honorable Muntaka Narure Idrisu Mono. Mu Bible ntinya na mu be play sa religious cards na. Tell Muslims say this is the achievement of Honorable Muntaka Narure Idrisu to Muslims when they used to occupy the position. This is one singular achievement omo ye ya eye nkrimofo dadwen a omo solve ma omo baako. Ye wa ha ene Rastafarians e call court. At the end of the day, court to ka say Nkola ne for omo Rasta nko achemota. Till date Nkola ye mo munku omo nya sorry schools. But the law is there. Since 1961, Education Act 1961, the Kwame Nkrumah, ye need mission school in Ghana. Obetmercy school. Afreno, the Moses International School. Obetmercy school Afreno, the Noah Mission School. Obetmercy school Afreno, Abdul Muttalib Islamic School. But it doesn't mean say a Islamic school solely. Once it is under the regulation of GES, a Mrawa Ghana, and it is obedient in Baku school, na Nkremofo school, no send by a Christian, you cannot force the kid to go and perform ablution and pray salat. It's criminal offense. So be at the Baku school, high school, ewa Ghana, na akolani krimonia. You cannot force the kid say, ma akolano nko worship, ana ma akolani nye salah. And I say, ma akolani nguve, and I say, ma akolani enka Quran. So far as adiana wo you know, it doesn't interfere with an additional wusiano. It doesn't interfere with or distract or more environment. A law ewa Ghana. Honorable Muntaka Aruna Idrisu. Law we wo hone yan wo mo 1961. Aruna Idrisu is a lawyer. He has occupied the leadership seat. All these laws are there. Some laws we are the Rastafarians de koi. I didn't say they ain't even fanko. It give us one achievement. It is a religious casino. Munjaina embuamu. Nobody has been vindicated. Nobody. And we are all waiting for their names to pop up. Omudini Babu until we are. Then they will hear from us again. Ghana for. The movie here, me say, I think, me patcho me mfa video call ha, enti I think obi na afre me video calls be me nsa. A conference call crampo. There be I don't pick video calls. I don't go on. I mean conference call for what? I don't do conference call. I don't do video call. Enti u person ofra obet me afre na wachre wadwe. Onni bibia so a we call it a day. I think I'm done here. Mohamini. No. Another NDC MP by Kwakwatina TV3. I have the video here, but my chairman Tibemo. I know say you have seen the videos. Our Nukra workers says some of their members have been compromised. You think they don't know? You think they don't know? Me say, audio be in amho. Maybe some of you, yedi kakra ye huni de atene de. Audio ni amho. Muso amu Honorable Fifi Azi, NDC General Secretary, personal contact. Mo one personal contact. Mo monitor the WhatsApp status. Mo be hu nyoma bi wo. Yes, mo monitor the WhatsApp status. Yes, we be hu edin bi a wo chro ho no. Me say, okay, Say, Uye traitor, who can't tamkesi egu aminim kura ebepi. We are here. We are waiting. Ebeba na eyo, when it is coming, it is doing. Eba na eyo, we are waiting. It is an issue ni basana. Muma yenjai tribalism ni religion no one. Muma yenfantun change. Let's face it. Honorable Muntakana Rune Idrisu ne KTM or Mone Rashid Pepu. And young Krimun Fonko to Abama Omu. And a baby Omu, they are not serving the interests of only Muslims. They are serving the interest of their constituents. Oba constituents you are. You were traditional believers in Kremofo Christians. A big cry atheists. A big believer they all voted for them. Ghana for me the movie here. Sa any brain in contemporary the Oman Jaya or Mobebre. Now I mean say in due course, you know, Edino to say the Honorable Joyce Bawa Mukhtarika, you know, they have to be called out, they have to be named and shamed, and they do not have to come back to Parliament again, regardless of their longevity in Parliament. Yamfa, oh, watch NTDA, Nana Akufo-Addo is parliamentarian 3 times per and obey a president. John Mahama is parliamentarian 3 times per and obey a president. And so many people parliamentarians that they are contesting on NDC MPP ticket. They are contesting. Omuwa Bonte, is it DKD or something? They are all contesting. So yeah, parliamentarian that. He used to be the deputy, the Secretary of State under Kufuor. So you're parliamentarian that. Maybe no constitution say you have to be a parliamentarian or you have to be educated before you can become the president of Ghana. And you're not correct. So retire them. Retire every traitor. Retire them. Idi mubisiya. Jama, Eid Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nyame show bibiya okayo.
Nipana bono kwena Bete minkumya na teye muma Abroin zemoni adosu Yemi ye Yesa ye Yese ma ye Rabede na kosto koni Yeah. Nipana bono kwena Bete minkumya na teye muma Abroin zemoni adosu Mirawo Nati jime mirawo Rabede na kosto koni Your friend Nipa Pelican, you were Nikian or come for what you muda. Aba, Onya member na pay a quack nena. Yadani, and this one as a phone, a year Punipa. You need money more, you need ferry. They are penny, you won't just say, yeah, over your one as you come when you need money to buy. Get a mother, but I hope not to mean on Teda. On Teda, I'm making this one to put the money, yeah. It's the way that you said that you live what on that. I could also trust them not up in the Nika. Near Bubu Sony and Onte or your GTCA. Senya Mema Peter and here was I am here the Tempa. By the 10 I told my name the consultation number. Yes, Piso Baco, Tramono Baco, about the Jackie, the Moa, Davi, where the Nipa. When we are Minipa, for any Nipa. We got now the time when you send them the Sompa. It's not funny anymore. No, some other believers even declare holy war. I beg, Charlie, tell me what we holy about this war. And then you promote that I just play it here we go. What more? Maybe I can best for me. And even I say I come up. Nipana bono kwena. Bete minkumya na teye muma. I promise you what you want. Yeah,
Ponyana Mountain, Yasumano, Babaso Boma, Yasenu, Nemo, Yet Yabatano, and there was Tabako, one more Ijajo, one of Fano, Amano, Yasuma, Podina, Canano, yet Yabobiam, Yatum, propaganda, no, Oman Penny, no question, the amount of Mamano, and what said you took my dance, Yania Moya Dantano, Jobena Puku, Bakano, Naya, Bonano, what them would get the Wapayo, I would say now, Jody Papa now, and where your body man, they say, as no one no quit, and so many no quit. You got them no one to hand you who the woman see bread, and I got into to Cranny, I pay a raya separate, or mine I didn't go to see it, I could you pay bread, yeah, bread, I could play me now, yeah, go get the yeah, yeah, Mexican, you didn't die, yeah, no bread, yes, so Jamaica no perfume and so, as when you put that and Nico, not a cocaine, if you have to say, you will give me any go one song, when you want here, I didn't know the power of hold back, trust I don't say, no make your friend on this papa, the papa said, on him, when you meant to that.